Welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to show you that in Millennium Dawn's mod, economy doesn't have any effect on the game. I mean, you can have lots of debt and a huge debt, but you can expand your army, you can expand your construction, and you can build lots of factories, sell, buy, and you can do anything. For example, in Victoria 3, if you bankrupt, your game will be trapped and you cannot continue the game because you cannot construct, you cannot expand your army, you can't declare war on the other countries. That would be really hard. And in Crusader Kings too. But in this game, I believe that doesn't have any huge effect on your game and you can continue a game with a huge debt. Before I continue the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. At first, I want to expand my expenditures. I want to add a lot of expenditures for my country. I buy a lot of civil factory and military factories. Besides that, I want to adopt some policy about the welfare in my society. That costs a lot, but I accept it because I don't want to care about the economy and economy situation. I know if you have lots of debt, your stability will be reduced significantly, and I don't know, maybe your government will lose the popularity, but I don't care about them. You can do it without any popularity. Because of that, I want to expand and add lots of expenditures for my country. I buy a lots of factories, then I try to start some construction and civil factories project. And now we see that I have 38 billion debt, but at the beginning of the game we had just 4 billion debt, and that increased significantly. And I did adopt some policy about the health and medical. That costs a lot. And besides that, we saw that that was a message from the economy. The private customers tend more to convert on my country. And about the bureaucracy, I want to expand my bureaucracy, the bureaucracy in my country. Besides, we developed our construction. Now we have 30 plus 11, 41 civilian factories, but at the beginning of the game we had just, I think, 19 factories. That means that we expand our economy fastly because of our debt. I bought a lots of civilian factories, and I bought lots of reactors, and I bought everything I wanted because I want to show you that economy is not that doesn't have a big effect in our game. Besides that, I try to expand my construction and civil factories fastly, and then war is a huge and big problem for our economy. Because of that, I try to declare war on my neighbors. I want to declare war on Afghanistan, and because the civil war broken out in this Afghanistan, that would not be really hard. Besides that, I try to expand my army. I add some division to my divisions, some groups to my division, and I try to buy some equipment from the European countries and Russia. But I don't mean that I pay civilian factories, because in international market you pay and you get the civilian factories for trade, but for decisions you are able to pay money to buy equipment. And I paid money for my equipment, and I try to expand my division and train more division. No, I didn't train any division, I just add some division to my division, and I expand the number of my divisions because I have enough number of division. But for organization, that's better, and the power of division, that's better that you add some division and groups, soldiers group, to your divisions. And now I take care of supply in my west front, and I try to build some railways in the west. China wants to invest in our country, and because we get one more civilian factories, I accept it definitely, and I try to build more civilian factories now. And I want to justify war goal against the opposite side of Afghanistan, because I want to conquer Afghanistan completely. And if they have involved civil war, that's a make problem for us, and we cannot do it. And now I advance easily in Afghan's territory because they don't have any division against me and they cannot resist against me. Because of that, I can advance easily and without any fight and battle and without any losses, because they involve a civil war. And when you have a civil war in your country, you will lose a lots of infrastructures, you will lose a lots of factories, and you lose a lot of manpower and divisions. So that's my advice to you, that if you see that the country involves a civil war, definitely without any patience justify war goal against them and declare war on them, because they are not able to defend themselves. And besides that, that maybe cause problem for you, because the opposite front maybe take more states and get more scores. So that's don't forget to justify war goal against the opposite group too. And now we have a high level of corruption in our country, and that means that we lose a lot of income. And I don't care about that, and I will not spend any money and political power to fix it, because I want to lose economy in this game. And now I see that we handled the Afghans war and we conquered their land easily and without any special loss. And we are slowly reaching the end of the war. So let me just annex the capital and finish the game. And now I see that China wants again to invest in my country. That's good. I develop all the society's development. Now we can annex Afghanistan. I try to annex all the states, but Afghanistan, or the opposite group, prevents me to do it and block my access. And because of that, that caused problem for me, and I'm not able to conquer all the states. And I maybe can just conquer 2 or 3 states, and I don't care about that, because Afghanistan doesn't have any huge industrial land and any significant and remarkable resources. Because of that, I don't care about that. I just wanted to have a war and hit the economy. And now I declare war on Iraq. I send all the troops to my west front, and that takes time that they arrive. But now I wanted to conquer them easily, and they are not able to defend themselves. I try to train more division, because now because of the more factories that we get, we are able to produce more equipment. I try to annex the east part of Iraq, because in west we have factories and resources, but in the west we don't have anything. Because of that, I puppet the west lands and I annex the right part of Iraq, and I justify war goal against all my neighbors, because I'm not worried about my economy. I want to hit my economy. I declare war on what country I can, and I decided to adopt a total war. Because of that, I spend all my money on war. So that's essential and crucial that we use this policy and we declare war on the other countries, because now we spend more on our army, and now we have a better chance and we have predominance. So I try to annex some Kurdish land in Iraq, and they didn't annex, and I try to annex them now. That's really easy war, because they don't have any numericals divisions. And now we can see that I have a huge debt on the top of the toolbar, and that means that I losing the economy, but I don't care about that. I want to continue this attitude and declare war on different countries and spend more and more and more. And now you see that from 4 billion debt, now we have 71 billion. But the high debt caused some companies bankrupt, but I ordered to buy them, because I want to spend more money and money doesn't mean anything for me. I try to expand my army, but there's a lack of equipment, so I try to buy more military factories if the game allow me. And let me see what we have. I want to set the war policy on total war. That means we spend all of our money on war and our military equipment, and I don't want to fix corruption. Now I spend some money on family and immigrations policies, and you see that my government doesn't have any popularity. Because of that, maybe the civil war happened in my game, in my land, and that says that the opposite party should have more than 20% popularity, and now they don't have. I buy all the reactors from the western countries and Russia, and a private investment developed in my country. That means that we have in a better economic situation, or better construction, better to say. I try to reduce all the tax on my factories and my industry, and I set them on the 0%. Now the industrial factories and industrial places don't pay any tax, and but there's a big interest on my debt. I don't care about that. I try to sell some equipment to get more factories, because that's not about the money, that's about the factories. If you buy country, if you buy some war equipment, you lose some factories, and if you sell, you gain some factories. Because of that, I try to get more factories for more constructions. And now I see that situation is not good in my country because of the development, because of my death. And now I can start a civil war with a click, but I don't do it because this regime and this policy is suitable for me now. And after I finish the war, I finish the game, I will change it. Now I want to conquer all the lands around me. I declare war on this country, Islamic country, and I will annex them fastly. And I try to declare war and justify war against Syria, but because of same ideology, that's not possible. And now I have more than 1 billion, better to say 100 to 29 billion dead. I declare war on Kuwait because they have a lot. They are rich of resources. I'm not sure about the factories, but about the resources, they are really helpful for our construction. Because I choose the policy export, and now I export more than 80% of my resources. And luckily, the countries that they are neighbor with us, they are not really powerful, and they don't have any army. They don't have any strong army. Because of that, we can annex them easily, and they are rich of the resources, especially oil. And oil is the most practical resource in the heart of Iron 4. Because of that, we can expand our industry fastly, and we can get more and more factories. Japan had guaranteed Kuwait, but I don't care about that because Japan cannot involve in this war because they are really far from us. So, and I try to annex them. I annex that, but I will declare war all the countries that they are around me except Turkey, because Turkey is a member of NATO, and NATO and USA have the most powerful armies in the world. I want to justify war goal against Pakistan, but I will not declare war on them because China guaranteed them. So that's not logical that we declare war on them. So that's really stupid and irrational. And you see some division from Russia in my land, in my country, because the Russia sent me some volunteer divisions, and I accepted. And because of that, I think they are near four, three or five division that they are helping me, and they are tank, and they are a strong division. So they are really practical maybe for me, because Russia has a better technology than me, and that's moderner. Because of that, that might be really helpful for us, and we have the same ideology like Russia. I try to invade Saudi Arabia, and I'm sure that they are not able to defend themselves. But we have a problem here. If I declare war on Saudi Arabia, all the Arab countries declare war on me, because all the Arab countries have guaranteed each other. And if I declare war on one of them, I will invade all. I have to invade all of them. But that's not really problematic for me. That's caused no problem for me, because I'm sure that my army is the most powerful army after NATO and USA and Russia and China and maybe India. but I expanded and I showed my neighbors are not able to defend themselves against me. And because of the new factories and new resources that I got, that's easier to conquer them. We have a good advancing in their territory, and then I set all my army and commanders to aggressive stance because I want to finish this war as fast as it possible. And absolutely we will conquer them because I spent all of my country budget on my army, and now we have more than, I think, plus 300 more percent output in my factories. And I just conquered one state from Saudi Arabia because the others are useless and I puppet them. And then I conquered Oman, and I have conquered Qatar and Bahrain, and now it's UAE's turn, and I try to go and annex the capital of UAE, and then that's I'm able to declare war on the Kafka's countries like Azerbaijan, but I will not do it because after this war I wanted to break a civil war in my country and I want to change regime. I conquered all the countries, all the Arab countries, and now Oman, and then I think the last country is UAE. I conquered that too, and now I wanted to start and click the civil war in my country, so I will do it now, and I change everything in my country, and there's no one as my leader. That's just a group or federation, I think. I'm not sure, and I did it because I think that I lose all the popularity in the last government because of my economy.